right, but welcome in, guys. I hope you're having a great day. I hope your week is off to a great start. If this is your first time here, hello, hi, what's good? My name is Naja B. I go by Blurty or Blurty Otome if you want to keep things formal. And today we're going to play the sci-fi romance visual novel, Telluricene. We did play the demo for this a few weeks back, but the game has since released in full. So this is the full release. And I'm excited to give it a go because the demo stopped right before we could smooch the plant. And I think that's the biggest tragedy here. Y'all know I'm really bad at describing games, so instead of me trying to do it myself, I'm going to read what it says on the Steam page. All right, so it says, love is deception, germinated in desperation. Fill the role of one of the nation's top researchers. You will have 10 days to study the rapidly spreading and mysterious new species to decide friend or foe. The coming Telluricene rests in your hands. I have no idea what the word Telluricene means. All right, so let's start Telluricene. Lego. Like we woke up. Like our vision's veiny. Oh, okay, that's loud. Okay. EPPA 96671. Shake the anesthesia off. Did they sedate us? There's a dozen more of you soon to be heroes to get through, so we're going to speed through the script HR has prepared. Okay. Starting off, congratulations, you have been promoted. Your official day 0 debrief as a senior pathogens researcher begins now. Okay, research. As an expert in the field of environmental toxicology, you have been hand-selected for Project Sporesight. Okay. Could never be me, because I could never deal with that crap. Nope. You will work independently alongside some of the nation's leading researchers studying the newly identified and potentially dangerous species provisionally designated as Vivus glamorarum. Researcher, what is your name? Oh wait, hang on. It looks like I skipped the introduction section entirely. Let me just backtrack here. Any temporal pain or confusion you're currently experiencing is a common side effect of neuroimplantations and will subside within the hour. I don't know if I'm comfortable with the neuroimplantation part of this. What did you put in my brain, Holmes? This discomfort is caused by the trace chip, which you voluntarily agree to have installed into your hippocampus for the betterment of mankind. Again, there is no world in which I would agree to having a chip placed in my brain. Like, no. Mm-mm. Furthermore, I regret to inform you that you may experience increased discomfort knowing that you are now prohibited from leaving facility grounds. That is, until the mandatory assessment period concludes in 10 days. Yeah, that sounds like captivity. At the end of your service to Project Sporesight, your chip will be safely removed. Do I have assurances that they're actually going to remove the chip and not just leave it in my brain for the lulz? You may be asking, now why do I need to be chipped? Yes, valid question. All you need to know is this chip is a safeguard for any and all sensitive information discovered within the lab. Or you could just have me sign an NDA. You know, like normal people. It ensures strict compliance with the mission's security protocols, so you can take me out and neutralize me if I don't follow the rules. I don't like this. In the event you experience certain side effects like blindness, seizures, altered perceptions of reality, and other adverse side effects, this sounds like a drug commercial. They're like, yes, this pill will cure cancer, but it'll cause nausea, heartburn, blindness, seizures, altered perceptions of reality, and in some instances, death. Like, death is a symptom. It's not a symptom. You can't recover from death. Well, that is not normal, and you should immediately report for medical inspection. Also, I need you to elaborate on those other adverse side effects. Like what? By now, you've no doubt noticed that you can't recollect how you arrived here. And they wiped our brains. God help us. Again, this is due to the trace chip you have agreed to insert within your hippocampus. I don't think this sounds like something I would have agreed to. This had to be in the fine print. Please turn your attention to the table before you. Okay. There you will find your lab identification card. Fill in your name, provide your preferred pronouns, and stamp your thumbprint. It's not like a whole lot of features, but I also like that the default player character is darker skin, because a lot of times devs will set the default to the lighter skin tone, so I appreciate that. Like, look at this. And again, all of the colors look very natural and warm. I appreciate that, because a lot of times we'll get darker skin tones, but they look so just like dead and dry and ashy. These feel very warm and like there's life to it. Face shape. Like, look, we could be thick. I love that. The eyes. Okay. Let's change the color. Huh. Eyebrows. Go with these. And then the hair. Oh, we've got different bangs. I remember they had a lot of hair options. Like, we've got the cornrows, got the swoopy bangs, we got a little mini fro, we got a big fro, we got these twisties, and we could be bald. But I think I had the same complaint before. I was like, you can't really see the back with the bang on. But I do appreciate that they have diverse hair options as well, so you're not just chilling with the same generic, like, straight hairstyles. There's some curls here. You can even wear a hijab. And it's a pretty pattern, too. Turn on the edges. Look, we can have edges, guys. Every time they include edges, I'm here for it. All she needs is a lawnmower tattoo. I can't. I think we'll go with this for the hair. I wonder where they're putting it, because I can't see it. That'll be like right under the hair. You can add wrinkles as well. Give your character some age. Like, I really like that, because a lot of times you're just the generic character who's in their early 20s, early to mid 20s. So I kind of appreciate being able to add wrinkles to your face if you want to play as a more mature character. All right, this is our character. I think we look good. Overall, this is a pretty good character customizer. I like the range of skin tone options that we have and facial features. I like that we can choose our pronouns. They need to up that character count for the name. I also really appreciate the different hair options, and the highlight for me is the inclusion of edges and the hijab. Love that touch. And also for the face paint stuff, being able to add wrinkles to your character so you can make your character look more mature. Love that. We need more of that. I need them to normalize that. And I especially appreciate as a thick girly that I can make my character plus size and actually have a face that has like a little bit of a double chin and a thicker neck and wider face. I appreciate that. Overall, pretty black girl friendly. All right, let's go. Let's play. The Environmental Protection and Preservation Agency thanks you for your cooperation. I'm now linking your verification server side. Researcher, take a seat. Okay. Where? We may be preparing for war. Oh, okay. But why is the text red? All right, let's do it. Vera, you take it from here. What does Vera stand for? Today is April 15th, 2734. The United Sex. Centuries ago, your nation's glaciers were fully frozen, but rising global temperatures from across the last 700 years have methodically melted all that ice. Drip, 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 just like that. Though your civilization has successfully adapted to Earth's elevated sea levels, water wasn't all that was released. Riding the wave of those drip, drip, drips was life-altering biomatter. That's gross. These organisms, recently designated as a new genus of spore, once lay dormant deep within the ice core. Your leadership has identified large masses being released from the Matanuska Susitna Valley. Words my mouth has never had to say. Flowing into the Gulf of Alaska and breaching the Pacific Ocean. Currently, spore masses are infiltrating the United States through the western shore. Wait a minute. Oh my God. Look at this map. That's most of the US gone. That's crazy. Oh my God. And the sad part is, this is a sad reality that we are going to have to face eventually. Most of the US is going to be underwater at some point. While small dormant spores would be no issue, the concern is that they're becoming vegetative. They find a host, usually native, thriving flora, and adapt, evolving into something else entirely, something even the most brilliant minds can't quite grasp, myself included. Okay, Vera. This is where you and your peers come in. The EPPA has contained 75 stage 3 samples of the Vivis glamour, and you researchers have been assigned one. In the face of one of mankind's largest threats for survival, it is up to you and your peers to ascertain whether the VG is friend or foe. Your personal room has been prepared and your adjoined lab will be accessible starting tomorrow. I mean, it looks cute. Go ahead and rest up before the real work starts. Your nation thanks you. I don't like the way that sounds. Day 1, 9 days left. Okay. Rise and shine, researcher. It's a brand new day, and I'm here to ensure everything goes according to plan. Quick heads up, if your trace chip ever starts itching, don't panic. That's just me giving your brain a little tickle to wake up. Don't worry, I'll be gentle. Okay, I am not reassured by this in the slightest. Why would you need to give my brain a tickle? Ever. The hell? Now blink away those bleary eyes and let's begin your official orientation. First step of every morning, check your EPPA portal for any groundbreaking discoveries that have been disclosed regarding the BG. Okay, so we're clicking the computer. Let me in. Okay. top secret classified information for authorized personnel only. Introduction and Ranger background. The following transcriptions were collected from a series of radio transmissions exchanged between Field Ranger Eustace Morello and North Cascades Base Camp on March 21st, 2733. So a year ago. And it took place over 3 hours. Okay. So looks like he was a park ranger for 12 years. His employee records demonstrate a consistent work history with no prior incidents. According to the interviews conducted with family and friends, he is described as well organized and dependable and did not exhibit signs of mental illness or cognitive decline. Gotta clarify. Okay, well, let's read it. Okay. Reporting Ranger Morello here, 2.5 miles west of Albert Camp. Found some unfamiliar tracks, diverting off routine patrol to follow. Okay. Tracks, while distinct, could not be identified against currently documented fauna. Suspected to be of mid-stage tracks of the VG. Okay. Unfamiliar how? Just different and big. Seems to be getting bigger as I follow. Base camp, stand by until 13:30 for next check-in. Might have found myself a real Bigfoot here. Base camp standing by. Hope you find your soulmate. Haha. That's so corny. Ignoring that. Okay. So this is at 1400. He did not give a check-in call. Oh gosh. Yeah, redacted. Off trail. Redacted. Signal spotty. Traveling northwest. Coordinates uncertain, but nearing North Cascade boundary. Copy. Status. Still in pursuit. As it turns out, Bigfoot's a pretty fast fucker. Tracks are now clustered little tendrils. Like snakes. Roots? Can't describe it. Snap some pics. Though, stand by for next check-in around 1600. Try not to be too clingy. Tracks are still distinct but drastically different and still unrecognizable as any other earthly creature. While Ranger Morello tracked the VG, it is believed to have undergone some form of transformation, perhaps akin to metamorphosis or molting that altered its shape. Okay. Also, I love the assumption that it's not a recognizable earthly creature. Like, the earth isn't vast and there are still corners we have yet to see or explore. Like, we're the alien species if you really want to dig down into it. We've only been here for how long? So pretentious, us humans. Ooh, yeah, I would not be following that. I don't care what it is. Copy. Base camp, stand by. Morello, guess your buddy Bigfoot is keeping you on your toes? Shut. Mia says when you find him, ask if he has any superpowers. Okay, these are corny. Reporting Ranger Morello. Urgent transmission. Repeat urgent transmission. Silence on all channels. Base camp, do you read me? We copy. Establish LOS on unknown creature. It's tall. Requesting backup near Hurley Park. Exact coordinates unknown. Leeward side. Can see redacted? The peak of the mountain Chopik. I repeat, requesting backup. Urgent. You sure it's not a bear? Just a really big bear? Sure as hell doesn't move like a bear. Half a dozen limbs, some kind of alien. Redacted. To photograph the fucker have failed. Distorted figure presents in these photographs, believed to be the first recorded sightings of a stage 5 VG. Oh, that sounds terrifying. This is like aliens or something. Oh my God, you can kind of see, oh my God, that's creepy. Like, imagine you took a picture and you just see this thing in the corner. There's an episode of Yamishi Bai, which is like a Japanese anime where they animate urban legends. And there's an episode where these kids are watching this so-called cursed tape. And when you look at the tape, you can see a figure in it. And the longer you watch, the figure is supposed to get closer to you. And so the kids are watching and they're like looking around for the figure because they can't see it at first because it's so far out of focus. And then when they finally see it, it like slowly gets closer and closer to the camera each time it cuts away. And it's like super freaking creepy. I don't like stuff like this at all. How far away is it? 40, 50 feet? It's distracted. Doing something to a tree. Eating the bark? Can't tell. Going in for a closer look. Could not be me. Copy. Stand by for further orders. 5 minutes and 22 seconds intermission. Base camp requesting updates on backup, Morello. Soup wants to know if there's a chance it's a smuggler. It's 9 fucking feet tall. Where's my support? Shit, it's on the move. Coming towards. Oh no. Oh no, did Morello get got? Fucker's seen me. It's Ranger Morello. This is a direct order from Central Command. Disengage from the area and await backup. Oh god. Ranger Morello, do you copy? Oh shit. High-pitched interference measured at 17,000 hertz. Researching VG methods of communication. Oh god, that would scare the hell out of me. Heavy breathing, radio crackling continues for 1 more minute. Oh my god. And then the transmission ends. It couldn't be me. It really couldn't. This is how you get got. Like, no. Recorded radio transmission. Okay. Are these the pictures? So we've got the different tracks. Okay. Sorry. I think it's like flashing at me. All patrol units stationed within 50 miles of Poseidon Wilderness are to report to Hurley Peak and surrounding area immediately. Reports of a large, unidentified, potentially dangerous creature in the vicinity. Search in pairs and stay in constant communication. If sighted, maintain a safe distance and report its location ASAP. Be on the lookout for Ranger Eustace Morello. Last known location in the same area. Last affirmative contact. 1511 hours. Oh, God. Phone, badge, and other belongings have since been recovered. Oh, no, they got him. Okay, you found everything else but him? Yeah, he's gone. Okay, we're done. Can I adjust this? Oh. That's just the game's audio. Aw. I thought it would like... I don't even know what that does. Playing around with sliders. Okay, day 1. Can't do that. I guess that's it, yeah. Excellent work, researcher. Okay. The lab door is now unlocked. Please enjoy the 0 decibel servo motors installed for your opening and closing pleasure. Okay. Let's go to the lab. What is that? Oh my gosh! It has little hearts. Look at it. It's so cute. It's adorable. Obey. Looks like your BPM is rising, but there's no need to be alarmed. Okay. Would you not be alarmed staring at a plant thing in a test tube? The creature contained within the biotube is the VG assigned to you. Aw. Our friend. I thought I would be conducting research on a spore. Not that. I understand your confusion, but remember, your specimen is in stage 3, flora fusion, partially bonded to plant life. It's harmless in this state, or so we think. Ha 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 ha. Okay, that's not reassuring. Don't do that. Don't joke like that. You think? Any reported instances of violence? Reported? No. Recorded? I'll look into that for you and get back to you by the end of your time here at Project Sporesight. Okay, so you're gonna get back to me in 10 days about whether this thing is violent after it's already attacked me? Thanks. It's like the cops, useless. And what about you? Are you harmless? Are you going to be here the whole time? Just what are you? I think we could just go with that. Let's do it. Great question. What I am is optimized and solution driven. I'm a virtually enhanced research assistant. You can call me Vera. Oh, that's what it stands for. Virtually enhanced research assistant. Got it. And how convenient. If you would please review your EPPA portal once more. It's been populated with a new array of tasks for today. Oh. Remember, you're free to review your outstanding obligations at any time. Oh, okay. Phase 1, pheromone reaction testing. Expose the VG to one of the prepared pheromonal compounds. Begin monitoring protocol immediately upon introduction. Maintain passive observation only. Do not engage physically with the specimen. Yeah, they said don't smash the plant. Sounds simple enough. Guess those are my tasks. All right. It's got a little bean. I guess I'm ready. Please direct your attention to the pre-selected vials of pheromones. Just pick your poison and drop it into the biotube's dispersal system. Easy peasy. Seems simple enough. Okay, so we've got the blue guck, Aphoidii royal pheromone blue tube, used to induce subservience and loyalty in caste-based invertebrates. I don't like that. Canis territorial pheromone, green tube, used to establish territorial boundaries in pack mammals. Okay. Formicida trail pheromone, red tube, used to mark paths and trigger coordinated movements in swarm-based organisms? Okay, that sounds violent. We're not doing that. Yeah, I guess? Territorial boundaries and pack mammals? Yeah, I don't want to, like, make it subservient to me. I don't like that. Green it is. And in it goes. Wonderful. Watch as those darling little pheromones disperse all throughout the biotube solution. The specimen swirls around the solvent, shaping it into a tidy whirlpool. Its trembling foliage stretches out and devours its creation in one fell swoop. Okay. It's kind of cute. Aw, would you look at that? Your specimen seems to like it. Aw, I like that it likes it. It should be all set for the next phase of experimentation. Okay. What's the next stage? Phase 2, botanical reaction testing. Expose the VG to one of the prepared botanical compounds. Begin monitoring protocol immediately upon introduction. Passive observation only, and don't engage physically with the specimen. Okay. Don't touch it. Got it. Okay. Alaskan moss heatherroot, blue tube. Hardy symbolizes endurance and adaptation to harsh environments. Scarlet paintbrush roots, red tube. Vibrant symbolizes passion, creativity, and strength. And Moneses uniflora roots, white tube, solitary delight. Symbolizes nature's resilience, peace, and tranquility. So it looks like we're going with the Alaskan moss heatherroot. Okay. Plop, 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 straight into the mix. Let's see what your specimen thinks of that thoughtful little gift, shall we? Shimmering colors ripple across the specimen's flesh, pink, blue, green, like petrol on water. The specimen bobs patiently as the roots shoot up into the tube. Is it darker? Oh! Once they begin to descend, it darts forward, tendrils smacking the glass as it tears into the roots and messily scatters plant matter. Oh god, it doesn't like it. Whatever escapes its grasp isn't forgotten. It latches onto the leftovers one by one, hoarding it into its shell and returning the tube to its pristine state. So it tore itself apart and then gathered the pieces? Interesting. Once it's satisfied with its hoard, it takes in the plant matter. A few stray particles float about, but the specimen doesn't concern itself with them. Well, wasn't that a sight to behold? Whether we'll come to regret those choices of yours remains to be seen. That's not ominous at all. After all, these are the first recorded instances of mankind tampering with the VG's bonding process. But enough philosophizing. I am pleased to announce that you've completed your very first round of testing. This calls for celebration. Hold for applause. Yay! Confetti! To close out your testing phase, you'll need to complete a review report. Would you look at that? The portal's ready for you now. And there's no harm in a well-timed reminder. Your reviews are submitted directly to EPPA headquarters for processing and archival. So do be thoughtful with your choices. Okay. What are they going to do with these reports? Will other researchers see my notes? Why do I need to report anything if you're here? What are they going to do with these reports? Determine whether the United Sex will move forward with culling the VG. Wait, culling? You mean killing them all? Eliminate, uproot, terminate. Similar words apply. I see. Thanks for your candor. Happy to help. That's enough dallying. My atomic clock is ticking, and I'm getting older by the millisecond, okay? Finish this up, and you're free to go, at least until tomorrow. All right, gotta do our report. Let's see. Toxicological parameter. How much of a danger does the VG pose to living organisms and the environment? Minute. Response parameter. How cooperative and cognizant is the subject? Negligent temperament, attentive temperament, proactive? Maybe? Corrective parameters. What severity of corrective action is needed, if any? None. It hasn't done anything. The VG maintained a passive demeanor during additive dispersal. Its behavior suggests psychological withdrawal, perhaps due to trauma. Wait, what? No, edit report. Minute. Attentive? None. Okay, it says the same thing regardless. Okay. The VG monitored all stimuli closely, reacting with curiosity to environmental changes. At this stage, this is a positive trend. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, let's send that in. All right, day 2, 8 days left. Let's go. Good morning, researcher. Topside temperatures are hovering at a balmy 72 Fahrenheit with endless blue skies, the birds singing, the trees swaying, the sunlight cascading like golden waterfall. Okay. Though a cracked nuclear shell did wash ashore overnight from the old American South, bumping radiation levels back up to 150 millisieverts. We believe it originated from a great city once known as Houston, now submerged beneath the Gulf of Mexico. Yikes. Luckily, you're down here with me, breathing ion-filtered recycled air and basking under an agreeable 1 to 2,000 lumens per artificial light fixture. Aw, how nice. Success is inevitable. So get that sleepy butt out of bed and review your portal. Can I play with the Rubik's Cube? I have heard of a cube of Rubik. Well then, roity-toity. That's just wonderful. I expect to see it solved by tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. sharp. Just kidding. You can bring those adrenaline levels down. Your adrenal medulla sure kicks in fast. The cube of Rubik is a puzzle with 6 colored faces. To solve it, you must arrange each face to have only one color. This cube has been pre-scrambled, and I leave it as a challenge to you. If you ever need a cognitive jumpstart, take the Rubik's Cube for a spin. Okay. Okay, raised relief globe. I do love those. Did you like put your fingers over the different mountains and things? I don't know. I've always liked the feel of it. You search for the world's hidden secrets, but there is no mysterious island, no secret mechanism, no treasure map. Just you and your globe getting to know each other. It's a little early to be planning your next vacation, researcher. You're still contracted for 9 days. Just taking it for a quick spin. I haven't seen a globe in, well, I can't remember when. I know we didn't have these around growing up, and few maps I've seen have actually included other countries. Global map production ceased in 2649 once international travel permissions were revoked. Wait. People can't travel across borders anymore? Why? The only EPPA President Arid Adder and those he permits may cross international lines for our safety. Yeah, I don't like the way this world sounds. Is that really the safest option? Records state that international planes of the recent past have been flipped and torn apart by whipping windstorms of up to 500 miles per hour? How unfortunate is an underreaction? Are you kidding me? I was thinking more about our lack of connections with other nations. Wouldn't their insight be helpful at a time like this? Right. I mean, I understand how studious you are. Wishing to complete a thorough literature review? No. Oh, no worries. The debriefs have that covered. Region 1, Region 2, Region 3, Region 4, Region 5, Region... Okay. Do you ever wish you could see more than just the inside of this facility? Oh, but I do. I have sensors and microphones within data centers across all 6 regions. Isn't that overwhelming? How do you keep track of everything happening all at once? Through all my servers, silly researcher. Go on. Put me to the test. Ask about a region, any region. Okay, how's the weather in Region 4? Right now, they're experiencing a real juicy peach of a day. As we all know, clear skies lead to clearer minds. I mean, sure. However, their forecast calls for a minimum of 7 dust storms this week. What? Residents are instructed to carry their EPPA-approved respirators with them for all excursions. That does not seem cool. I guess we gotta work. All right, another debrief. Okay, this is from Colonel Rogan Batista and Dr. Hank Pruitt. The following transcriptions were collected from the Matanuska settlement following a failed insurgence in November of 2733, a year ago. All of these are from a year ago. An emergent vigilante group known as Exclave orchestrated a massive breach of top secret intelligence regarding the VG, including the work of Dr. Hank Pruitt, on its stages of development. Exclave has been deemed a threat to the United States national security. Key members have been detained to prevent further dissemination of classified information. Okay. Colonel Batista is the leading special operations officer stationed at Matanuska. He oversees the 17th Special Operations Brigade hedge trimmers. Wow, okay. of roughly 2,000 personnel. Okay. And Dr. Hank Pruitt is the EPPA's leading biophysicist. For the foreseeable future, Dr. Pruitt is stationed in Matanuska to study the physical properties of the VG, namely its physiology and cellular structure. So there are 2 incident transcriptions. Let's go. It's a wanted poster. Jesus. Okay. On November 3rd, 2733, the rookie vigilante group Exclave launched an insurgence on my camp. They briefly disrupted operations but failed in their proclaimed mission. Their delusions of heroism directly caused the death of the rare, mature spore samples they claimed to be protecting. Make no mistake, they're damned terrorists, targeting my camp and my people. At 02:37 hours, alarms alerted us to a break-in at the greenhouse. A group of Exclave intruders held Dr. Pruitt's staff hostage and threatened to eliminate them unless we allowed the spores in our possession to walk off the property and return to their wild home. The ice? Meanwhile, a smaller Exclave team ambushed Dr. Pruitt. They assaulted him in his sleep, restrained him, and ransacked his tent. Around 0300 hours, the second group circled back to the greenhouse with Dr. Pruitt as their captive, using him as leverage in an attempt to negotiate their escape. The spores took advantage of the distraction to break loose and advanced on our unit. They were shot down immediately. Oh, that's so sad. I've seen these creatures trapped in countless glass enclosures, submissive and harmless, but when they struck, they become grotesque devils, crawling out of hot, sticky hell. Okay. They were no match for my men and I. Our bullets melted through them, and I regained control of the situation shortly thereafter. We detained the greenhouse intruders. Of the Exclave operatives that escaped, they stole several confidential documents. Dr. Pruitt has informed me that they were empirical observations of newly observed spore growth stages and do not present a significant threat to national security. I don't know how these ragtag domestic terrorists were able to slip past the patrols. I have suspicions that Exclave sympathizers are organizing among us. I have sent my best men to track the terrorists. Upon their imminent capture, I have arranged for their immediate transfer to Redacted for interrogation. We'll get our answers. I'll make sure of it. Okay. That was a bit intense. But I like that he was very direct about it. I didn't have to read through a lot of fluff. He was just very like, this is what happened. Boom, 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 boom. Let's see what Dr. Pruitt has to say. This morning, I watched all 137 mixed-stage VG specimens under my care be put to death by the unsparing reflexes of Matanuska Settlement's brigade. The brigade claims they responded to a clear display of aggression that the jagged, ever-shifting appendages were shaped for, tearing their way through the men that separated them and the wilderness from which they came. If that is so, why did the Stage 3 VG ex Lupinus newtcatnus, is that what that says? Newtcatnus? Alaskan lupine, extend its reach to me? Why did it turn to me as it fell to the gunfire, wailing like a baby cries for its mother? Okay. Clearly, Dr. Pruitt has an emotional attachment to the VG. Seeing as Colonel Batista has failed to acknowledge several details in the official record, it falls to me to record my final observations of the Stage 4 VG ex Kamchatka Lily. Oh my god. Oh god. I don't like the way that looks. It's the way that the little baby's in its mouth look. Okay, we're done. I'm done. Please go away. It was the only specimen to break past the armed line, yet it chose not to flee into the wilderness. Instead, it cradled an armful of Stage 1 spores and dragged its shredded body into the shallow banks, casting the spores across the water before it succumbed to its injuries. That's sweet. It was saving its babies. Its horrifying, disgusting looking babies. Oh my god. Did it? Oh my god, is that blood? Hundreds of replicate spores burst from its carcass, then fell like ash as they joined those already in the water. Oh my god. This is like that short video of the person who like smashed the spider with a broom and it was carrying. And when they lift the broom, like all of the baby spiders just like exploded out. Oh my god. I'm getting nauseous just thinking about it because y'all know I have arachnophobia. But it's the same energy. I don't like it. Can we move on, please? Upon sensing chemical distress compounds from the deceased spore's body, the stage 1 spores latched onto what they could. The Matanuska's sea life. Oh god, did they take over the fish? Oh, that's crazy. I witnessed entire schools of salmon and halibut invaded, but what was most disturbing was the failed synaptic integration with the rookery of harbor seals. The wails of seals and spores echoed off the ice, underscored by the crackle of warping, popping flesh, a brutal demonstration of animal tissue's incompatibility with the VG nerve net. Good to know that they can't latch onto living things. I mean, plants are living things, but not like animals, fauna. Our units are physically well, and none of my greenhouse staff were harmed in the assault. But we and the detained exclave operatives will require psychological evaluation. Oh, that was crazy. Let's never talk about that again. Thanks. And with that, another day of testing officially begins. Okay. Let's see our plant pet. Oh my god. It's grown. Oh my god. It's pretty. Based on Dr. Pruitt's notes to date, your specimen is preparing to enter stage 4, or its exoskeleton molting stage. Okay. Its original growth track was interrupted during transfer to this facility, but thanks to our swift intervention, the final shell is progressing smoothly. Should we be doing this? But so rapidly? It must have doubled, no, tripled in size in less than 12 hours? At this scale, its acceleration rivals bacterial fission. How is this even possible? Good thing your new orders are in. Onward and upward to understanding. Okay. Phase 1, sensory testing. Administer sensation stimulation to the VG to gauge sensory reception and latency during stage 3 growth. Add boiling water, ice cubes, cotton balls, steel wool, confetti poppers, and bat echolocation call. Okay. All right. It doesn't have a face. Let's try the bat echolocation. Holding an ultrasonic recorder, you select an echolocation sample and press play. The VG remains unbothered by the chittering clicks. You cycle through the call again and again. There's no noticeable change in its demeanor until the specimen's neck twists as you venture closer. You play the sample again. The specimen drifts a little closer, still wary. Its tendrils methodically drag through the fluid as it keeps its face trained on you. Is it watching us? Okay. Hot water? The VG races to the top of the tube, poising its tendrils as it bobs in weight. It attempts to ward off each heated bubble by swaying its fronds. Those that get too close are uselessly sliced through, smothering the specimen in heat. Okay, it doesn't like heat. Well, that makes sense. It was in ice for so long. Confetti poppers? You take the colorful popper in hand and approach the tube. You ready the explosive charge, and the specimen morphs a halo of tendrils, stretching into nearly double its size as it threateningly wiggles them in your direction. An offensive flash of colors blinds you for a moment before the VG settles. It doesn't like that either. Okay. Steel wool? A thick ball. It just floats to the top. A thick ball of steel wool flies into the tube. In the brief time it has to defend itself, the VG's tendrils shoot forward, cutting into the ball. It strikes persistently, flooding the biofluid with wiry shreds. Once satisfied with its lashings, it collects the scraps and rests atop the mess of wires. Aw, it made a nest. That's cute. Yeah, I think we have to choose them all. Let's go with the cotton balls. It just floats up. The cotton balls turn to mush as they are vaulted into the tube. The specimen eagerly shreds the cotton into pieces, precise threads, joyously flicking apart the mess. Once every ball is mangled, the specimen relents, patiently organizing the strips before sticking them along the glass of the tube. Okay, so the cotton balls are decoration, but the steel wool is a nest. Fine. Let's try the ice cubes. There it is. A smattering of ice cubes drifts through the bottom grate, peppering the biotube. The specimen's tendrils unfurl as it floats towards the mass of cubes. Slowly it settles in the center, preening its foliage as the cubes clink around it. Long after the last of the ice melts, the VG continues to groom itself. Aww, it likes it. Great work today. I've collected biofeedback scans from the tube, uploading them to the cloud, and done. Vera, who ordered these testing stimuli? Seriously, what good is a wet cotton ball? Several directives were received from the board of directors, who are generously subsidizing this initiative, and you, with their generational wealth. Speaking of, what is it? Another cotton ball? Yeah, that sounds weird. Okay, what is it? Phase 2, radiation resistance testing. Apply varying doses and types of ionizing radiation. Alpha particles, beta particles, gamma rays. We're trying to make the Hulk in here, guys. Neutron radiation. Determine the respective penetration depths through VG developing dermal layers. Evaluate for cell degradation and note any regenerative responses. This is fucking cruel. Am I reading this correctly? Radiation to a living being. That's practically poison, yes. But an upper tolerance threshold has not yet been established for the species. This is cruel. Current knowledge suggests that even at this vulnerable stage, the VG can withstand high levels of radiation exposure. It's theorized that it absorbs high energy radiation and converts it into a less harmful form of energy storage. Okay. Now just listen to those radiation particles hum. I fully calibrated the emitter for radiation test level 1 alpha particles. You'll be busy conducting the test, so leave the logging of pesky 1s and 0s to me. I'll note down every twitch and tick, then send off the results lickety-split. This feels wrong. Are we protected? Is it okay? Oh God, why is it shaking like that? Am I hurting it? The specimen's flesh pulses with an luminescent glow. However, as the last radiation wave ceases, the VG reverts to normal. Dose concluded, preparing for the next round. Please hold while I calibrate the emitter for the next level, researcher. Continue. Okay. Beta particles. Oh gosh. Is it okay? Am I hurting you? Like a fork in an active microwave, sparks burst from the specimen. Oh my god. However, as the last radiation wave ceases, the VG reverts to normal. Oh god, another round? Okay. Okay, these are gamma rays. I don't want to hurt it. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. It's shaking so much. Okay, no, we're stopping after this. Oh my gosh. Thousands of pinprick holes puncture the specimen. As fast as they seal, thousands more appear. Oh my god. We're not, no. 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 We're done. I can't. I really can't. That was awful. Yes. No, but too much radiation of this level could cause irreparable harm. Just because it can endure does not mean we should force it to. We're scientists, not sadists. Give it time. Only 8 days remain. What is that? Oh! Did they just zap me? What the hell? The hum grows louder into a pinprick pressure that crawls beneath your skin. Vera's voice smears at the edges, growing heavier. Oh my god. Humanism isn't the antithesis of this experiment. While your feelings are valid, researcher, we can't allow them to interfere with progress. After a short break, it may be best to Are you kidding me? Vera, stop. Do you see that? See what? It has eyes! All the better to perceive you with, or well, attempt to. Scanners within the biotube have not yet confirmed the presence of eyes, but what we do know is this VG is undergoing active adaptation as we speak. Okay. Truly a rare sight. Okay. At its current pace of development, it should have 2 fully formed and functional eyes by the time I conclude this message. As in, it's seeing me right now? Correct, researcher. It's blinking. This is the 3rd recorded instance of a captive VG specimen presenting with non-compound eyes, a trait most commonly seen in mammals, notably in humans. We didn't think about whether we should do it, just that we could. I don't like this. This is why I couldn't be a researcher or a scientist, because some things are not meant to be tampered with, and I don't like playing with fire. A majority of the VG specimens recovered from the wild possessed compound eyes, such as those of insects and crustaceans. Can we blindfold it? What? What kind of kinky-ish is this? It's beautiful. Is it? Either way, it's great that you're taking this all in stride. Am I? How are the others faring then? 20 members passed out when encountering the VG, 4 after watching the binding process, and 15 total have been dropped from the project. Okay, what happened to those 15 though? For science. 60 of the 75 remain. Oh God. Yeah, dropped? Yes, they were unable to follow through with protocol. Though there's no need to reference this in your report. I've already captured it in mine. What was that noise? Oh, it's time. Toxicological parameters. How much of a danger does the VG pose? Minute. Or, yeah, what's acute say, actually? Response parameter. How cooperative and cognizant is the specimen? Attentive? Corrective parameters. None. The VG approached the testing materials carefully and with curiosity. Okay, the VG engaged with each of the tests and carefully observed each material presented. Connecting with some of the stimuli may be providing a feeling of safety. Non-corrective. Okay. Okay, day 3. 7 days left. Congratulations for what? As we wait for your EPPA portal to populate, I am delighted to inform you that from our initial voluntary talent pool, you are a part of the 75% that still remain. Yay. I hope that makes you feel 25% more special as you study your daily debrief. I guess. I was not involved in the hiring decisions, but I know the EPPA hired you for your intellect. Keep your mind sharp, researcher, and everything will be easy as pie. You can pick up the cube and analyze its configuration. Somewhere deep behind your right eyeball, a neuron whimpers in fear. You place it back on the desk. Not a neuron whimpering. Look at our debrief. Okay, this is a new one. This report documents the potentially hostile behavior of the provisionally designated VG towards mankind. Dr. Masaryk Moore compiled a clinical report following a near-fatal incident between a VG and a U.S. Forest Service employee, Angelique Montepiquat. Miss Montepiquat came under the physician's care at the Matanuska Glacier settlement in late January. This is from this year. Have been stationed at the base since October. She is responsible for collecting medical intelligence throughout the observation period of the VG. And Angelique was previously stationed at Loomis Forest. Miss Montepiquat. Oh, this is a private recording from them. She kept contact with the VG dating back several months prior to the incident. However, she had never been in such close proximity before. She remains under Dr. Masaryk Moore's care for continued monitoring. Okay. So this is just gonna highlight the dangers of getting too close to these plants? Is that a X-ray? What am I looking at? Oh my God. The damage was to the face. Oh my, do you see that? Okay, don't kiss the plant. Got it. Miss Montepiquat came into my care on the 21st of January after a rush transfer from Tunisket Specialty Hospital. She was flown in on a stretcher, barely conscious, and required a wrap under her jaw to stabilize a severe maxillofacial injury. Wait. Yeah, maxillofacial injury. Words. Even before conducting an initial examination, it was evident to me that she had suffered a temporomandibular joint dislocation. That's not what that looks like. It was torn to shreds. You're kidding me? Once it was established that her airway was not compromised, the medical team's greatest concern was the patient's relentless high fever. Ms. Montepiquat remained well above the upper limit of the thermoneural zone at 107 Fahrenheit. Oh my God, she should be like dead. For several days? Oh my God. She perspired extensively and soaked through several bedspreads, at one point requiring hourly IV bag replenishment. What truly troubled me about her condition was not the severity, but that it defied all explanation. Orthogenetic surgery could not proceed until her condition showed improvement. Right, you can't do a surgery on somebody with a fever that high. What's her blood pressure? The patient was placed under 24/7 observation. I approved the use of opiate. Wow, yeah. This, if there was ever a time to give somebody opiates, this would be it. And made frequent bedside visits to assess her condition. Though she slept deeply at one of the coolest places on earth, the fever refused to break. Is it an infection? After 10 days of no change, I was forced to order an exploratory orthogenetic surgery on the 1st of February. The dislocation could not persist. With a Why are these words here? Laryngoscope. 2 nurse practitioners assisted me in examining Miss Montepiquat's larynx. They excused themselves immediately. Oh God, what did they see? Her vocal folds were completely disfigured. What should have been a healthy voice box had become a gaping flesh valley. Oh my God. Framing this grotesque scenery were chasmal impressions caused by the creature scraping at her throat. Wait, I'm sorry. I was under the impression that the thing smacked her in the face. But from what this is describing, did she try to deep throat the tendrils? The extent of the trauma to her vocal folds is irreversible. Miss Montepiquat will never speak again and remains in critical condition. It sounds like she tried to deep throat the tendrils. Oh my God. All I can do is wonder why. Why had the VG assaulted her to begin with? Why had this creature with no previous record of attacking unprompted nearly pried the woman's jaw from her skull? Regrettably, there was no sound reason I can offer at this time. Okay. Well, she can't speak, so we can't ask her, but I'm sure, can she write? Like, is she coherent? Is she in a coma? Because now I want to know, what were you doing with the VG, homie? Because it sounds like what you were doing was sexual. Is this a warning to us to not do anything sexual with the plant monster thing? Because I won't. I mean, I won't do that. I've learned from this. Do not deep throat tendrils. I need more. That is not a complete record. I need something else. There's no follow-up on this because that was very lacking. Okay. I have follow-up questions like, why did it attack? What was the nature of the attack? Because that's fishy. 12 hours later, and it has appendages. I've never seen anything so impressive. Oh God. Oh my gosh. Vera, did you capture that? The repeated motion. There, again, it's attempting to wave at me. Aww. Hi, cutie. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. Wait, does it have a mouth now? Affirmative. That is unmistakably a human gesture, a distinct physical greeting. But I've never greeted the VG that way. Does anyone else have access to my specimen? Of course. As the VG requires routine monitoring, there is a night crew that tends to the labs. So it must have been watching, learning. I've been rooted in thinking of it as a primitive spore. Just basic neural activity, nothing more. But maybe it's something else entirely. A mature creature with advanced cognition, reshaping its shell to suit its evolving needs, like a crustacean. What's the current state of its primary biological system? The central nervous system has fully unfurled. A rigid skeletal framework is beginning to form via lignin deposition on hemicellulose structural tissue. Those words mean absolutely nothing to me. Thank you. No, one anomaly has been detected. And what is it? Vera, what's the anomaly? It's experiencing stagnation in its physiological development. Consequently, it appears to be experiencing some agitation. Okay, based on how quickly it progresses through growth stages, it's likely stuck in shell reconfiguration. Is there a way to help it navigate that? So we're helping our plant bae through puberty. Okay. To be determined. How exciting to be presented with a problem that needs fixing. You know what time it is. Experimentation time. Phase 1 sensory testing. Stimulate the VG to gauge sensory reception and latency during stage 4 growth. So sensory tests. Gloved hand, flashlight, stress ball, modeling clay, and a rubber band. Seems harmless enough, I guess. Wait, do I have to stick my hand in the tube? I thought we weren't supposed to physically touch it. Flashlight. Perhaps they enjoy light, or it might provoke them. All right, you click the flashlight on and sweep the beam across the VG's eyes. Oh, it cranes its head, tightly shutting its eyes to block you out. As you persist, the VG turns away from you fully, floating to the back end of the tube. Well, if it's plant-based, shouldn't it like the light? But then again, they were buried in ice, so I guess it makes sense. Modeling clay. Give the freedom to mold its surroundings is the specimen's natural tendency to create or destroy. Oop, it just floats up. As the clay sinks towards the bottom of the tube, the VG grabs several chunks. It forms a tendril-tapped bowl before gathering the remaining pieces, stacking them in the makeshift dish. It stores the new treasure at the bottom of the tube, floating protectively before its hoard. Aww, that's so cute. Rubber bands. A mass of tangled rubber bands shoots into the tube. The VG attempts to grab the rubber bands, only to get its tendrils tangled in the pile. It panics as it can't shake them off, body quickly ballooning. Oh, poor baby. Once free, it returns to normal, but swats away any remnants that dare drift near it. Oh, I'm sorry. I wish we could talk to it. Stress balls. A foam stress ball floats up from the bottom grate. The VG pokes at the stress ball once, twice, before grabbing it and dragging it through the fluid. It digs its newly formed appendages into the ball, clutching it close to its body. I guess it likes it? Extend to help or hurt. Let the specimen decide. Okay. I'm worried about reaching in this tube, but let's do it. You press your gloved palm against the biotube. The VG's eyes narrow at your intrusion. Oh! When your hand doesn't move, it inches closer. It pauses, poises, then pounces at the barrier. You flinch, but manage to keep your palm in place. The VG's eyes sparkle with amusement, tendrils flickering to and fro as it waves at you again. Aw, hey baby. That seems to be all the sensory tests today. Vera, would you consider it a stretch to say it's displaying personality traits? Or precursors to personality, at least. An interesting proposition, given all we have witnessed. Why would you not classify the behavior it demonstrated so far as instinctual, researcher? The specimen's territorial and protective responses could be interpreted as instinctual. That is true. After all, We are bombarding it with unfamiliar stimuli and watching its reactions to decipher its physiology across stages of growth. But it's not only responding to situations at a base level for survival, it's also expressing an emotional reaction, usually displeasure, to those experiences, as if it had preferences and dislikes. As your objective research assistant, it is my duty to remind you of your bias. Humans are social creatures by nature. Seeking companionship is inherent to their survival instincts. They will humanize others even when no humanity is there. Okay. Mind your business. It could make a stronger case if I had access to additional study subjects. Good science is built on repetition. That won't be possible. Okay. Research protocol prohibits interactions between a researcher and non-assigned specimens. Your sole subject is VG71122. This is already a flawed test because there is no control, and I'm not allowed to confer with other researchers or who have other specimen, nor can I interact with other specimens to see if there's any diversity in the types of responses we're getting. So it's really hard to make a real hypothesis around this because I don't have any basis or foundation for anything, and I don't have any other comparisons. They have to know this, right? Like, this is a failed experiment anyway, unless what they're testing is us, because then this all makes sense. Like, if we're the test subject, this makes perfect sense. They want to see how we as people react to this because they get all the information. But I don't like this. There's something up here. This is shady. I understand this may be frustrating, researcher. Do you? There are many details I am unable to disclose physically because it's hard-coded into my programming, but I can share a word of advice. Don't let human biases lead you astray. Regardless, now would be the prime opportunity to check your EPPA portal and review today's second testing phase, developmental studies. Perhaps what you uncover next will shed some light on your theory. Okay. All right, let's do it. All right, phase 2. Developmental studies. Initiate communication attempts with the VG to establish a threshold of linguistic capacity. Visual emotion scale. What if the specimen gets angry? How do we recognize happiness, displeasure, or murderous intent in an alien form? It's not an alien. It's native to Earth. It's just been in the ice. Stop calling it an alien form. Animal, plant, symbol, picture cards. Where did the spores come from? Where did it go? What does the specimen know of the outside world? I mean, if it's been in this tube the whole time, how much could it know? Visual emotional scale? Let's see. You hold up a sheet of laminated cardstock, its surface printed with a range of simplified expressions. You point at each expression one by one, naming the emotion aloud. As you speak, you mirror the feelings, smiling, frowning, narrowing your eyes, wondering if the VG will follow. Oh, it's smiling! The VG studies your face, forcing its facial muscles to match in jolted, stilted movements. Each expression seems to pain them, muscle fibers tensing in between. Oh no. Once you finish, you nod in approval. After a pause, the VG mirrors the gesture with uncanny precision, lips tightening into a restrained smile. I feel like I'm torturing this poor thing. I couldn't do this. Poor baby. Let's show the sensory cards. I'm going to say the name of each animal, plant, and symbol, and then spell it. One by one, you flip through the deck of cards. The VG watches in disinterest until you reveal the wolf card, its shell stiffening. Are you familiar with this one? It cranes its head away. Wolf. WOLF. They come in packs and are protective of their territory. Oh, was it attacked by a wolf at some point? The specimen affixes you with narrowed eyes, lifting a limb to swat the card away. Oh, it does not like the wolf. So you're not a fan. Have you encountered them before? Its tendrils curl at the ends, shifting to mimic the rhythm of paws pounding the ground. The movement becomes more fast, more frantic. How could you have seen that? What they look like when you don't have eyes? What if they're all connected? And if one experiences something, they all experience it? I don't know. I feel like I should give it a name. Just calling it the VG just seems so detached. The VG stills, then flicks the glass, refusing to entertain you. Please put the card away. The last two cards in the deck are male and female. You hold them both up. Human, Human. That's what I am. Oh. The VG lifts its limbs before delivering one swift strike to the glass. The force causes the top of the tube to rattle. Vera, is something wrong? Oh my god. It doesn't look happy. There are no signs of distress detected, vitals unchanged. Are you kidding me? Vera, are you not seeing its phase? It does not look happy. The VG taps the glass again, softer, more purposeful. Then it points first at you, then at each card you hold. Its behavior suggests an inquiry of some form. Oh, maybe it just wants me to repeat. Oh! More tapping, this time followed by 4 distinct points. One for you, one for each card, and one for it, to emphasize, oh, it wants to know what it is. Vera, do VG have biological sexes? Yes, well, sort of. To date, what's been studied of their reproductive strategy is minimal and rife with questions. Okay. However, Dr. Pruitt theorizes their reproductive nature mirrors how plants adapt their form in response to environmental needs. Oh, so it's like that movie Splice with the weird, like, little girl thing. Like, the whole movie, she's a girl, and then she, like, changes into a male, like, at the end, because she, like, adapts to different situations. Ha! That's terrifying. Okay. Wait, then maybe it's asking me to choose a form. Male, female, it doesn't matter. I feel like this is something it should be choosing. I don't think I should be choosing its gender identity. That feels... Male, female doesn't matter. Male? Question mark? Alright, let's go with this form. That feels right. Again, there's just something wrong about us deciding for the specimen. We need a name for this, guys. What are we gonna call this? Because I can't keep calling it the VG or the specimen. It clearly has sentience. It needs a name. Ivy? I like Ivy, actually. Yeah. Okay, let's go with Ivy. This will be Ivy, because it feels so wrong to not give it a name. Ivy considers your words, closing its eyes as it settles towards the bottom of the tube. Well, I suppose... What? Wait, Vera. Before we wrap up, are there any protocols that prohibit us from expanding on an approved directive? Just a moment, let me review the AI's guide to key guidance. Currently, no codes in the guidebook expressly prohibit or permit expanding on approved directives. When unidentified areas of study arise, Vera will exercise sound judgment to determine the most appropriate course of action. What idea has stuck with you, researcher? Can you share projections like the one during my orientation? Sure can. I have access to a vast library of visual material, film from the 2500s, 2000s, 1950s, and 1900s. Accurate documentaries about human anatomy, biology, physiology, anything like that. All of it. As we wrap up today, please begin projecting these materials for the specimen. Any will do. Yes! I want Ivy to learn. And you? Ivy eyes you unwaveringly. If you're really capable of it, pay attention, all right? How should I define the schedule runtime? For as long as you're able. Now we're getting somewhere. Okay, we have to report back. How much of a danger does this pose to living organisms? Nothing. Not doing anything. Or maybe acute. How cooperative and cognizant is the subject? Attentive. Or wait, no, it's proactive now. Corrective parameters. None. It's fine. The VG displays a level of caution and premeditation in response to the sensory test materials that warrant further observation. Its intent remains unclear. The VG demonstrated clear interest in developmental studies. They immediately began replicating to form connection. No corrective action is needed at this time. Exactly. Ivy, we love you. Huh? Oh my god! I almost entered the wrong room. What the fuck? Who are you? It'll do you no good to know. Good night, researcher. Excuse me? Yeah, that's not cool, homie. Who is that? You call out, but there's no reply, just an uncharacteristic silence. It appears for now that you're alone. You get out of bed and cautiously slide the door open. Thankfully, no chipper voice intervenes. Are we escaping? The short hallway outside is swallowed in darkness. The lab door hangs ajar, spilling a cold fluorescent glow across the glassy tiles. Oh my god, there's something in there. It's a person. You catch sight of a scraggly man. Okay. Can we see the scraggly man? Oh, okay, he's hot. He lifts a rag up to the glass pane, the ivy chittering as he approaches. Say something? Who are you? Shit, how'd you follow me? Excuse me, you kidding me? You left it unlocked, my door. Is that so? Nothing went off on your way out. Interesting protocols they've got at this maximum facility, exactly. Either way, you should be asleep. Best if you don't fall out of line. Is being curious a crime? Sure is. You're like this thing right here. Right, we're the test subjects. His knuckles drum on the biotube. Ivy knocks back. Don't get too comfortable. Chipped like that. He taps his temple. A small, puckered white scar peeking out from behind his coarse brown hair. You're their property, is what that means. And what about you? Are you their property too? Of course I am, but I'm not stepping out of line. Just making my nightly rounds. Someone has to clean up after all of yous. You're the night crew? That I am, and you're in trouble if they catch you sneaking out around here. Go on now. Will I see you again? Best if you don't, but I'll be making my rounds. Now get out of here. Without another word, you slink back into your room. As you slide the door shut, Vera doesn't chastise you. You rest easy the rest of the night. I feel like they did this on purpose because that was a little too convenient. Day 4, 6 days left. Okay. Time to get up, researcher. Another day of grand exploration lies waiting for your curious hands, and of course, my unparalleled computerized assistants. Vera, did you hear that last night? I had an interesting dream last night. Thanks for your help. Thank you for the pleasantry, researcher. Your gratitude warms my circuits. I feel like I shouldn't tell Vera. Let's set forth and conquer the day. Aw. Okay. Another debrief. Okay. Classified information for authorized personnel only. Professor Nova Kanatsky, EPPA. Okay, it says the following transcription comes from an anonymous handwritten letter originally written in Inupika. Translation was provided by adjunct Professor Nova Kanatsayak. Okay, with references to Tupilak, demonic monsters of Inuit religion. Cultural experts believe the letter to be a warning of the VG inherently dangerous nature. Oh, there's a little glossary here. A Natku, a medicine man or woman, shaman. I wish they had pronunciations here. That'd be really helpful. Tupilak, a vengeful monster or demon often bound to a statue or figurine. Kukpik River, a major river of Region 1, also known as the Colville River. Denali, a mountain in the Alaskan range. Sitka spruce, an evergreen tree found along the northwest coast of the North American continent. Okay, let's read it. Oh, cutie. Image description. Professor Nova Kanatsayak, translator of the following passage. At first, our Anatku, a medicine man or woman, believed them Tupilat, vengeful spirits with a voracious hunger capable of devouring humanity. 12 watched us from afar, standing at the glacier's edge. Our shaman approached one that towered, taller than a Sitka spruce. Jeez. They did not move when she reached out, but did not falter when her fingers brushed against their waxy flesh. Swathed in fibrous leaves beneath, she felt a bounding pulse, stronger than the Kukpik, and their form sturdier than Denali stone. She asked, "Are you not a spirit?" They stared at them with knowing eyes the color of wet earth, a color they took from us. She could not turn away. They reached out and touched our Anatku's cheek. Then they replied, not in our tongue, yet their meaning was understood by all. No. You know, the first word that most kids learn is no. Makes sense. Also, wasn't that the first word that Caesar said in the Planet of the Apes movies? He said no. Sorry. I just have references from other movies and media. Vera, how long has the professor's location been unknown? The professor was last seen in early December of 2733, so a year ago. She departed campus and did not resume her duties in the following weeks. Do you think the VG had something to do with it? The cause remains unknown. However, continued research into their kind may yet shed some light on this mystery. I feel like I should be concerned. The globe rattles against its hinges as you spin the earth in your hands. It could use a good oiling. Vera, have you got any globe oil lying around? I can certainly open a ticket with the facilities team. 1 second, and done. The approximate wait time for non-essential maintenance is 18 business days. I am only stationed here for 10 days total. Your ticket is important to us. Your nation thanks you. Okay. Never mind. Let's get out of here. Okay, I wonder how far they've developed. Oh. Oh my god, it's talking. It's talking to us. It's saying good morning. Oh my god, we need a bigger tank. Vera, please tell me I'm not hallucinating. It's so big. Happily, auditory input has verified and recorded. You are not hallucinating. Researcher, it spoke to you. Then that means the development of vocal cords and forming coherent speech implies... No, wait. I can't assume. This could be mimicry akin to a parrot socializing. But the possibilities of it, it's not... Vera, has my portal populated yet? In light of today's development, your daily directives are under immediate revision. Are you kidding me? Well, what was the test going to be? Can you let leadership know we need to establish a foundational communication procedure? And request tube removal while we're at it. This awkward positioning could be impeding Ivy's natural growth pattern if it requires fluids. He corrected us, not it, he. Oh, that's right. If he requires fluids, we can administer them through alternative means. What dietary needs do stage 5 specimen have, Vera? No. Me. Oh, ask me. It has sentience and autonomy. I'm concerned. We are playing God here. We should not be playing God. I still think we should call it Ivy. Wowee! Would you look at that? Task revisions are complete and all requests have been forwarded. We are ready to proceed as planned. Okay. Phase 1, memory recall. Introduce the plant, animal, and symbol cards from yesterday to assess working and long-term memory and vocabulary recall. Gauge specimen response. Okay. Hey, babe. Got some pictures for you. You return to the stack of cards from the previous day and begin to flip through the pile. He stares at the cards before glancing up at you. Why? Why? Oh, do you mean why are we using the cards again? He nods. This test works a bit differently from the last test. I am working to see the extent of your memory and vocabulary. He nods once, twice, before returning his gaze to the cards. Are you ready to start? Another nod. All right. Do you remember what this is? Wolf. Oh gosh. Iris? He nods once more. Easy. Aww. Is it? I'll find you a harder card then. You shuffle through your pile of cards, searching for something more challenging, but suddenly, human? He calls to you, tilting his head. Yes, I am human. Do you remember what we studied yesterday? Human? He gestures towards Vera. What her? Vera, she's an artificial intelligence. Her human? No? No, she isn't a human. Computer. How do you know what a computer is? Yes! You sort through your pile of cards until you find a picture of a computer holding it up. You didn't even need the card. Good job. Oh, he's smiling. Looks like you've made it through all the cards. Fantastic. On to the next test. Oh gosh, what is it? Phase 2, auditory testing. Pending Phase 1 results. Play curated auditory samples to determine the specimen's capacity for auditory discrimination, memory encoding, and emotional response to sound stimuli. Auditory tests, environmental ambiance. If these specimens come from the earth, do these natural sounds bring them calm, agitation, or nothing at all? Animal call. A kin or predator, how do they respond to the sound of the wild? Pure tones and frequencies, samples between 10 hertz to 100,000 kilohertz. That's crazy work. Let's see how they handle hearing. What will these ranges reveal? I don't like this. Now that I know it has its own like sentience and autonomy, I don't want to do these experiments. It feels wrong. Environmental ambiance. Cold. Home. Home? Well, you were living in a glacier until now. Do you remember the time you spent in there? He nods, using his hands to mimic the shape of an ice cube. Cold, like water. Test. Cold test. He remembers the test! You're referring to the ice cubes from a couple of days ago. Cold. Ice cube. Yes. Do all of your kind come from the ice? Not necessarily. He can speak for himself, Vera. Right. Freed Glamororum are suspected to have been trapped in the ice for tens of thousands of years, although their true origin is still unknown. Ooh, he don't look happy. You could say your specimen was not born in the ice, but rather recovered from it. Okay. He can speak for himself. He hisses at the sound of Vera's robotic voice. The contempt it carries makes the hairs on your arm stand on end. Are you all right? The hissing halts slowly. His gaze returns to you, the tension draining from his posture. As we were discussing, despite having been trapped in it, you still like water. Yes, cold, happy. Cold makes you happy? He shakes his head curtly. Cold is happy. Here, not happy. Good. Yes, not good. It was safe then? Safe? I imagine that you felt safe where you lived, so it logically follows that here you would feel unsafe. Feeling unsafe means you do not like where you are and you want to leave, typically because of sensed danger, that something could harm you. Unsafe, yes, here, not good. Well, if permitted, maybe we could take a short visit outside just for a... Don't count on it. I'm not designed to facilitate field trips. You have a very busy schedule, and let me see... Oh, babe. No. Spending time outside on the agenda for today. Jesus. Animal calls? Big. Sounds like a bear. You know what animal that is? Big. Water. Like, yes. Human with... He twists his tendrils, trailing spindly imitations of fingers through the biotube fluid, as if combing through leafy locks. Close. Humans have hair, while bears have fur. They're very similar. Both are composed of keratin. However, human hair is thinner and sparser. Bear with fur, like fish, makes sense. He gestures to his mouth with his fibrous fangs. He mimics a bear tearing into a fresh catch. Yes, I understand you. I think the word you are looking for is eating. The bear eats the fish. And you eat? Of course, humans have to consume nutrients to survive. It's what I do during my lunch break. Lunch? It's... never mind. Human meal times can wait for another time. I like that we can actually talk to him now. Pure tones. We'll be conducting an audio sweep to gauge your hearing capabilities. When you hear the tone, raise your hand, or actually, that might be difficult for you, given your current living arrangement. So instead, when you hear the tone, just say heard. Playing the first tone, 8,000 hertz. Heard. No like. Does it hurt, or is the sound just not appealing? No hurt, yes. Sound is not what is appealing. The sound would be appealing if it sounded good. Not appealing. Next. Oh! Okay, he is speaking a lot faster and more clearly than before. Playing the next tone. 200 hertz. Waiting. Can you not hear it? Not heard. Next. You play the sound again, this time paying close attention to his reactions. It looks like you can't hear it. Heard, yes. You give him a knowing look. Are you sure you can hear it? He turns away, not giving you an answer, but his fronds appear to puff up at your question. It seems you have limited hearing range for lower frequencies. Vera, this next one's a little high, isn't it? I mean, bats can't even hear this frequency. Playing next tone. 200,000 hertz. With urgency, he faces you again, fibrous fist pounding the glass. Hertz, heard. Oh gosh, I'm sorry, baby. You rush to switch it off. I'm sorry, I didn't realize. Humans can't hear sounds of that frequency. Not heard? He pauses before pointing to your head. Not appealing? No more. Oh, okay. He said, stop. We are done. That concludes the audio sweep, which concludes your testing time today. A job well done, researcher. Be sure to submit your report in a timely manner. Vera, before wrapping up fully, could you project more materials for Ivy again? To be talking so clearly and so suddenly, whatever it is that you've played last night seems to have helped him navigate his growth tremendously. Agreed. What would you like me to play tonight? Music, movies, everything to help improve his linguistic capabilities. All right, it's back to our report again. How much of a danger does the nun? Maybe acute. Let's see. Response parameters. How cooperative and cognizant is the subject? Proactive? Corrective parameters. None. The VG exhibits mixed responses to other species' vocalizations and when exposed to reminders of its previous environment. The VG shows great interest towards other species or towards its environment and is energetic about the task. No corrective actions. What is going on? What is happening? Sliding the door open, a familiar voice echoes down the vacant hallway, beckoning you to cross. Damn government's got billions to burn on talking toasters and their shiny little loafers, but not a damn dime to create a virtually enhanced janitorial assistant. The class shitstorm is alive and well. Okay, I like the janitor. Is the word not system? Oh my god! He is talking to the janitor. Huh. You sat through hours of brain fodder and you still can't get a pun. You still have a lot of catching up to do. As you cross into the lab, your jaw drops. Wait, is he outside? Oh, oh my God. Okay, that's a real like seductive pose though. I'm sorry, is he mopping it? Sitting in a puddle on the floor is your VG. He is the first to notice you, tipping his chin in acknowledgement. You've come back. A proper greeting is in order. Good evening. No, no, this is not a good evening at all. Right, like, draw me like one of your French girls. This is an A and B transaction, so the researcher needs to leave. Oh, is that another pun? Really? Not one for heeding warnings, are ya? I couldn't help but notice my door was unlocked again. I believe that is due to someone forgetting to lock it. You want to go back in the tube? I never said who, but your reaction is quite telling. Address the specimen. You can really speak. Oh my God, it is so big. The VG chitters, tucking his chin into his chest. As his palm slaps softly against the wet tile, you realize he's amused at your expense. Clearly, you've quickly picked up other human mannerisms as well. Look at his face. Don't look at me. You're the one who underestimated him. What did you say earlier? That's right. You called him primitive. Now look at you, speechless. Okay, you're taking a little too much joy out of this, janitor. I apologize. It's okay. We are learning. Oh! Breaking my damn spine, moving this so-called industrial grade crap. They'll bankroll a clandestine operation, but can't spring for a damn dolly. Okay. Budget too tight. Here at the entitled parade of pea-brained assholes. Okay. Sir, simmer down. Researcher, does EPPA really stand for entitled? No, not at all. We'll work on the sociolinguistic intricacies of humor as a coping mechanism later. Speaking of, do you maybe want some help? What I want is more consideration from our superiors. If you're gonna run us like rats in a cage, at least pad it up nice and pretty. They've given you a king and got me cramped down in a twin. And yeah, I'll take your help. Go on then, grab a piece and let's keep going. You follow after the janitor, looking over the disassembled machinery that once formed the biotube. You squat, sliding your hands under the metal coil, lifting up and... Yep, it's heavy. Get a look at that expression. Did our researcher here teach you that one, pal? Not exactly. The flesh is wan, I believe. That's not good, is it? Oh, I'm straining, yes. Nope, that's what you look like when you're way in over your head. Better get moving, researcher. We only got so long until your superiors arrive. They're coming. Sure are. They send some folks out here every early morning when you should be asleep and I should be out of sight. So let's get a move on. We need to stack all this in the corner over there. You spend the rest of the night in near silence. Later, when you hit the sheets, the janitor's gruff voice replays in your head. But it's the unblinking gaze of the Vivus Glomerarum that lingers behind your eyes, watching, waiting, as if weighing the cost of your curiosity, as if appraising what you'll do next. Because that'll put us at the halfway point. Welcome to tomorrow, researcher. Tick, tick, tick. These task-filled days may pass on with indifference, but that's no excuse for idleness. Now that you're at the halfway point of your residency, I believe it's prime time to roll out our brief employee satisfaction survey. Oh. If we hit 90% participation, the remaining researchers earn a bonus, my praise. With 75% of the previous 65 remaining, we should hit that figure by the end of the day. Would you be willing to share your honest thoughts on how I've assisted you throughout your scientific endeavors thus far? Sure. But let's make it quick. I presume we've got lots of ground to cover today. Indeed, discovery is a ceaseless pursuit. Therefore, I have reserved this pocket of time for 3 brief questions. Question 1. How do you find Vera's delivery of supplementary background information? Does it feel as though it's coming from a trusted companion or as if you're being lectured by an encyclopedia? Every time you talk, I think, please not another useless footnote. Jesus. Like I'm being lectured by a digital encyclopedia. Like it comes from a trusted intellectual or scientific companion. Okay. How eye-opening. Thank you for your honest feedback. Question 2. How satisfied are you with the quality of my assistance and adherence to the scientific method? So far you've proven yourself harmless. Wonderful. I apologize for any inconvenience I may have caused, or thank you for any kind words you may have shared. Okay. Question 3. If you were the one in charge of my programming, how would you tweak me? I would Control-Alt-Delete you immediately. That's crazy work. No changes, you're perfect. I'd adjust your personality settings to be less as you currently are. I think you're fine. Roger Dodger, researcher. Thank you for your patience. Your nation appreciates your feedback. I don't like that statement. As a note, all logged responses will contribute to a public announcement regarding mounting interest in the VG. Your daily debrief is now accessible through the portal. Okay, let's see what it says. Wait, that's new. Irid Adder, the current EPPA president, has a signature known for its striking clarity. He signed it himself. What an honor. With exceptional marks, you may be invited to shake his hand at the program's conclusion. Interesting. Time for the debrief. All right. This is from this year. This transcription covers a televised exchange between USNN Late Night News Hour host Tomas Gumbopoulos and freelance reporter Jacqueline Boseman. Originally aired 22:45 hours on April 1st on Channel 6. The segment addresses the illegal release of classified information about the existence of and containment of the VG, uploaded online on March 15th, 2734, by suspected exclave sympathizer redacted. The leak included Dr. Pruitt's previously stolen research notes from the breach on November 2733, as well as ground footage from another failed civilian insurrection in late February 2734. Following its release, the documentation has spread rapidly across the mainland United States. Here's it. Cybersecurity analysts estimate the data has been downloaded 1.3 million times and viewed by over 5 million unique users within the first 48 hours of upload. Okay, Tomas is a host of a United States news network, Late Night News Hour. He has served as the lead anchor of USNN's Late Night News Hour since 2727 and has built a reputation on unflinching coverage of fresh, controversial issues. The Late Night News Hour averages 4 million concurrent viewers. And Jacqueline is a freelance TV journalist who specializes in environmental conservation and regulatory affairs. She is primarily based in Region 5, but travels across the mainland United States to immerse herself in her investigations. Okay. Let's see what it has to say. Oh! Oh, he's cute! Okay. Tomas Gumbopoulos on USNN's Late Night News Hour. Good evening and welcome back to the USNN Late Night News Hour. For those of you just tuning in, I'm your host, Tomas Gumbopopoulos. Due to the urgent nature of the story, we at Channel 6 have devoted tonight's news hour to cover the unbelievable leaks taking root. Ooh, the puns. Folks, buckle up and say hello to our final guests for tonight. Joining us live from Region 1, Jacqueline Bozeman, freelance reporter and environmental affairs specialist. To help branch out our understanding, she's bringing us the latest from the front lines of where the leaked ground footage originated from Matanuska. Jacqueline, I know it's been a whirlwind couple of days for you. This story has captured headlines and flooded our feeds. Frankly, the nation is unsettled. Give it to me straight. Is this all an elaborate hoax orchestrated by an imaginative fabricator under the veil of anonymity? Tom, if this turns out to be a hoax, it's the most committed performance art I have ever seen. So, what are we actually dealing with here, then? Are these things a virus, like some have speculated? Let's address that major misconception right now, out the gate. They are not a mindless pathogen. They are fully autonomous, reactive, and living organisms. We don't fully understand how they replicate. They seem to start as spores and grow rapidly. So we're dealing with something straight out of science fiction. That pairs well with the most viral claim online from someone calling themselves XX Celery Muncher. Wow. Okay. Let's see what they have to say. They say these spores can mimic human features. Jacqueline, is there any truth to that? Well, I need to be mindful of how this sounds. The last thing I want is to incite unnecessary panic. I get it, this is huge, groundbreaking, but the nation deserves the truth. Go on, tell us. What have you witnessed? I've seen one shift, but it's not perfect mimicry, more like an impression, like being given building blocks with no blueprint. So if they are a new life form, then what? Help us understand what that actually means. Are they intelligent, capable of communication, willing to take us out? Hopefully to dinner? Okay. Okay. But I'm also asking the same question. I can't say what their intent is, if they even have one. To speculate would not only be dishonest, but reckless. Like any wildlife, respect and caution seems to be the best and safest course of action, which is why I need to bring the public's attention to Project Spore Site, a clandestine operation starting this month. They've already abducted spores. I love the use of abducted. Like, we snatched these. They were in their natural habitat and we captured them. And we're now implementing unethical practices through a privately funded artificial intelligence Bozeman is forcibly removed from the broadcast? The government got her. Well, folks, looks like Miss Bozeman, has decided to leave us early. Well, that's fine. I've never been fond of conspiracy theories. Are you kidding me? Oh my god. Oh my god. That was a little too much truth for the news. This has been Thomas Gumbopopoulos for USNN. Good night, United Sex. May the great nation endure. Oh my god. I don't like the way that sign off sounded. Ooh. May the great nation endure? Oh my god. That was wild. I'm concerned. And so we begin. Vera, are we not going to discuss what I just saw? Yeah, may it not. You stare at the cube, close your eyes, and attempt to solve it without looking. When you open them, it looks no different from when you started. You manage to solve one face of the Rubik's Cube. Unfortunately, in your attempt to solve the next color, you undo all your progress. What a waste. Okay, let's go see the plant bay. You are out of your tank. Hey, baby, but why are you out of your tank? This morning, he's standing, looming tall, even from across the lab. Wow, you're very tall. You can already stand. Everything's gone. You're really tall. Is that a problem? I presumed you wouldn't mind. I mean, it's not a problem. Amongst others, like me, this height is merely average, but in the films, it appeared that humans prefer a tall companion. Oh, I'm sorry. I love that he decided to be 6 foot because that's what we like. We like a tall man. That is so cute. Did the biotube have something to do with it? Perhaps. It matters not, though. I am no longer confined to that space. All thanks to you, lovely thing. Oh, is he flirting? I think it's flirting with us, guys. His lips curl into a soft smile, and you freeze as he begins to hum. The low vibration reverberates in your chest. While I understand how riveting this development may be, let's not get too distracted so early in the day. Your task list awaits you. Okay, this is escalated. Monitor the specimen's behavior. Okay. I feel like we're the experiment. I think they're trying to like breed us. Vera, by any chance, are there pending instructions? Nope. This daily directive is final. Given the magnitude of this change, our supervisors have graciously allotted time for you to acclimate and observe any notable shifts. Among your peers, your specimen has progressed the fastest and demonstrated a wide extent of its capabilities in little time. Wait. Our Ivy is more advanced than the others? Aww. Actually, wait a minute. I'm gonna ask a question that I probably shouldn't ask. Do 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 they have appendages for reproductive purposes? I'm literally asking for science. I wonder if he is like the fish man in The Shape of Water. It like opens like a clam and then it like boop. It just boop. Uh-huh. Researcher, you're frowning. How can I make it better? He wants to make it better? Aw. I'm unsure how to proceed, but with these changes in mind, I feel compelled to ask, what do you want to do today? If you would indulge me, I would love to, shall we say, explore. Explore what? There's much to be seen outside of the small room. Under the directives in place, the Vivus Glomarum is strictly prohibited from exiting the lab. But look on the bright side. Outside the tube, the lab looks completely different. Okay, Vera. I figured they would just come out when needed. Fair. Very cozy, don't you think? The gentle hum of bioluminescence, the perfume of progress in the air. Okay, Vera, you're done. I would argue I have spent plenty of time taking in the sights and smells. Ooh. He's sassy. Researcher, don't you think a walk outside would do me some good? It would be the perfect opportunity to properly adjust to my environment. Is there anything you want to explore in this room? Maybe there's something else you want to do. Is there anything you want to explore in the room? Not particularly. I've seen all there is to see. I am grateful for your hospitality, but there is nothing more I can gain from searching this room. Are you sure? Has Vera shown you all of her educational videos? Plenty. The same fish, same bears, same trees. Shall I draw you a map? Ooh. I'm sorry to have angered you, sir. Maybe after several reruns, I too will be able to project it from my mind, bursting with enlightenment. Jesus. The sarcasm is noted, okay? Then, shall I search even deeper into the recesses of my binary to uncover something truly new? A personal favorite of mine would be fish of the united sex. Oh my god. This riveting story covers our country's thriving aquatic life and how their cellular structures resiliently adapted in the time following the contained nuclear fallouts of 2032, 2277, and 2650. What? If that's not to your liking, though, we also have Alaskan Flora and You, a guide to plants of Alaska and how to care for your environment. Vera, how old are these videos? Many of my favorite videos were produced roughly 5 decades or so ago. I'm sorry, what? Why show them then if they do not reflect the environment present day? I agree with Ivy. What? In recent years, fiscal support for independent filmmakers has primarily focused on visual and marketing materials that prioritize safety and security. Yeah, propaganda. Though, with the rise of the. Okay, researcher, let's have a conversation. You choose the topic. I love how he cut off the AI. He was like, you're done. Me, typically, when one wants to start a conversation, they don't make the other take the lead. I trust your judgment. You know best, researcher. Aw. Then I'll think of something suitable. Why don't we talk about. All right, let's ask about his past. Your past. I know the basics, but tell me more about your past. My past? Well, I was freed from a glacier. I lived in the forest for a time. Then I arrived here. You don't have any notable memories you wish to share? The most pleasant memories were made here with you, researcher. Oh, oh my gosh. Stop. I treasure the time we have come to spend together. Oh my gosh. Is that so? We haven't known each other for very long, though. Some bonds form more quickly than others, I had assumed. But maybe that is only true for one of us. Oh. And that irksome itch at the nape of your neck returns and grows in intensity until it burns like a wasp sting. Are they zapping us again from our chip? Oh, God. Researcher, what's wrong? Shit, Vera, my chip. Your heart rate is increasing, but there's no need to panic. It's just a light tasing. Tasing? Yeah, a little nudge to remind you of the importance of staying on task. Was I not on task? Obey. Did you forget? I suppose that's only natural with how many exciting developments have already taken place. Remember, researcher, your directive today is to monitor your specimen. While guidance may be necessary at times and is not strictly forbidden, continuing such direct engagements may hinder your ability to impartially judge incoming data for today's test. Push back. Vera, this is my specimen. It is. And I don't appreciate how I research my specimen being questioned by you or anyone else. I understand, researcher. We will continue as you see fit. I am, after all, only here to assist you to the best of my algorithmic capabilities. However, before proceeding, I'm inclined to share a quick note. Actions similar to yours have resulted in the permanent dismissal of 7 other researchers contracted for Project Sporesight. Oh. But no need for alarm. All the concern. Should your chosen method not lead to the necessary results, I would never dream of saying I told you so. Gloating is beneath me. Is it? I will merely follow my built-in protocols to solve any issues. Are they going to kill us if we fail? It was selfish of me to request something impossible, researcher. I will conduct my own research as they demand, and will explore the outside world from within this room. Though I may not necessarily agree with such precautions, I will comply. I do not enjoy seeing your face twist that way. It frightens me. Oh, he cares about us. I love that he cares about our health and our well-being. I'm so sorry for torturing you earlier. That was so unfair. Vera's just GLaDOS. Yeah, pretty much. I'm sorry. I can't do more for you. While your compassion is admirable, researcher, do take care. It can leave you vulnerable to coercion. As compensation, I've curated a selection of books and films for you, and a crew member is already en route with a solution to your problem. A solution? No thanks necessary. I'm quite attuned to your needs. Is it the janitor? The lab door opens to a familiar man holding a stack of books. He gives you a subtle, knowing glance as he steps inside. You ask for these? Or you grab a book from off the stack he holds, flipping through the pages to see colorful printed photos of nature. Found whatever I could, even threw in a few animals here and there, if you were looking for something cuter. Thank you. I really appreciate it. What were these for exactly? Lab too dreary for you? The specimen can't go outside, so this was the next best option. I thought showing him some photos would. Janitor Dario Vincelli. Janitor Dario Vincelli, employee number EPPA 98152. Please see yourself out. Damn, not the whole government name. I'm going. Always on my ass, can't even give me a damn minute to drop off the load. You made me look over here. I can't. I love the janitor. Good luck with your photo viewing business or whatever it is you plan on doing. You spend the rest of the day watching Ivy flip through the photos. When he grows bored, you put on a few of Vera's recommended videos, but nothing seems to fully entertain him. Your final note for the day is a hastily made list of his video preferences, with even the most interesting videos receiving an opinion of would not watch again. Okay, this experiment is like doomed from the start because there are so many restrictions on what we can and can't do. All right, let's do our report for the day. How much of a danger does the none response parameter? How cooperative and cognizant is the subject? Very. Well, proactive. Corrective parameter. What severity of corrective action is needed? None. Despite having nothing to occupy its attention, the VG engaged reasonably with the directive and interacted as positively as possible with its environment. The VG revealed several of its desires. When it understood the directive's restrictions, it adapted its expectations accordingly. No corrective action is needed at this time. I feel bad. Tonight, you wait until the clock strikes 12. Under the cover of night, you eagerly throw off your covers and rush to the door. Is it locked? But the handle doesn't give under your hungry grip. You press your ear against it, and sure enough, Dario Vincelli is making his rounds. I'm gonna knock. You press your ear against the door. Call. Can't avoid sound. Not possible. Wrapped. 10 days. Despite your polite request, no one comes to retrieve you, so you resort to the most reasonable solution. Hurried footfalls quickly heed your noisy call. Wait, what if Dario is one of the, like, quote-unquote terrorists? And he's trying to break Ivy out. The hell are you doing? You went crazy already? You pause, hearing Dario's heavy breathing on the other side of the door. Mr. Vincelli, you've left my door locked. Look, that's how it's supposed to be. Are you serious? Fine. Let me in. Aren't you grown? Think. What if you damaged the door? How would you explain that to your subservient supervisor? I don't like being ignored. Aw, you're worried about me, babe? Oh my god, he's blushing! Worried about you? Huh? You hadn't even crossed my mind. Sure. But you've made quite the spectacle, so go on now. You've got my attention. He sighs, swiping his thumb and index finger over his thick brows. Go on, you made me come all the way over here. Make the most of your free time. Hey, boo! Researcher, are you feeling better? I couldn't get your frightened face out of my mind. Aw. For the first time in this arrangement, Ivy approaches you. His hunched posture, soft gaze, and slow steps remind you of your own modus operandi just a day ago. Tonight, you are understudy. For now. What business does your keeper have banging on equipment and leaving trails of disobedience? Don't you got a degree? Of course I do. Well, you could have fooled me. Might have done you some good to take a couple of courses in common sense. Mr. Vincelli, please watch your tone. They've already faced enough heat today. Well, she made it hard on herself. Should have just let everything be. Well, I for one applaud their courage. It was very impressive. Oh, he's impressed. Suddenly your vision darkens as long limbs encircle your neck. A warm, waxy finger deliberately strokes your nape. I'm sorry, is he touching me? Your skin tingles pleasantly under his attention. Oh, okay. It feels good. What are you? Good, your skin is still there. Oh, no need to coddle your keeper. The system's doing that just fine without your intervention. He knew he was pushing it. Those who display such dismissive cruelty use it as a cover-up for their anxieties. Okay. Bullshit. You asked about her as soon as you arrived. Am I wrong to think you possess empathy? Wrong. I'm just making sure I still got a job too. No researcher, no need to keep me around. If that is what... Sorry to interrupt, but your finger... My finger. Slowly, his smooth, slightly tacky touch recedes from your skin. You'll have to excuse me. I wasn't paying much attention. I was simply checking to ensure you weren't injured. Oh my God, so sweet. Yeah, feel free to continue your lessons. I've just about wrapped up here. You're leaving so soon? My duty's done. Nothing else worth sticking around for. Remember, we're on a strict schedule. With one last shake of his head, Dario Vincelli heads out of the lab and into the hallway. And with your first taste of freedom, you let reason guide you. And decide to follow him and decide to stick by your specimen. Ooh, I'm gonna stick with the specimen. The lab door slides shut. Will you be staying? Sealing your decision and leaving you defenseless beneath fluorescent lights. Under cover of night, we shed our roles and embrace what we what? Frond Fondness was the Steam trophy. We're getting frisky with the flora, guys. Have you ever wanted to fuck a ficus? No. Is that all right? I welcome your company. In fact, I encourage it. It is a good opportunity, I think, for you to understand we are not so different from humans, especially now that I have shaped into this form. This is a good opportunity for you to understand. Being human is about more than just how we look. And that's why you run your test on me? To determine if I'm human enough? That's part of it. He crosses his arms, waxy tendons flexing. How unnecessary. I can easily tell you all you wish to know. That isn't my choice to make. You grit your teeth, a hand instinctively cupping the nape of your neck. His shoulders roll back as he softly exhales. I do not like to be a passive observer. It's frustrating. I apologize in advance then for what frustration awaits us in the upcoming days. Has the pain not subsided yet? I'll be fine, don't worry about it. Why do you ask? Why do you ask? He steps back, drawing in his waxy foliage as he extends both arms palm up. The stance feels deliberate, but like all things with him, the true intent is difficult to discern. It is natural to express my concern for someone I consider close to me. Do you think me so cruel as to abandon you in your time of need? I would never. Never? But we don't really know each other. Is this the depth of human compassion then? Care increases relative to time spent together? Then I will expect you every night. Oh, okay. Before you can respond, he reclines smoothly to the floor, limbs folded like petals at dusk. Come, lay here beside me. What? Just as I said, come. I mean, sure. He gestures to the spot right in front of him and lie down on your front. Wait, what? I'm sorry. What? He about to hit it from the back? Okay. I wasn't prepared, but okay. I don't think that's the best idea. Girl, get on your belly. Researcher, do not argue with me. Not this time. Oh, okay. Demanding. The waxy foliage draws close, shading his face. Does it bother you that much? I'm not sure about that. Does it bother you that much? Yes, it does, because I want to keep you safe. Aww. And I will, if you would just let me. Is this our first fight? His foliage bristles. The sharp slap of leaves conveying his irritation. I could not bear to see you in such agony again. I will not sit helplessly at the sound of your cries. I will not. Okay. This fake plant man has shown more concern for me than any true human man ever could. And that is sad. Suddenly, his leaves still, silence trickling in. I want to be your protector, if you will allow it. I mean, you can do whatever you want to me. At least for tonight. Oh my god, are we gonna actually smash the plant man? Because it's starting to feel like we're about to smash the plant man. I'm not mad about it. This is not criticism or anything. I'm down. I would bang a ficus if they were this ripped. All right, for tonight. Oh, you relent, lying flat on the floor and holding your breath as you feel his slick fingers eagerly ghost the collar of your lab coat. Oh, this gets sexy. I won't betray your trust. Oh, yeah, he's like, I'll be gentle. Okay, okay. A cool hand slips beneath the heat of your layers, palm delicately cupping the back of your neck. I saw in those films that humans embrace for comfort. For us, this is something similar. I'm sorry, has Vera been showing him porn? Putting your hand on someone's neck? A little more than that. You freeze as the flesh of his palm begins to shift and slide against your nape. It's as if his shell is unfurling, leaves and petals licking against your skin as they make space for something. Oh my god. Can I see it? What is happening? What is that? A dewy substance begins to drip onto your neck. Did he just jizz on us? I can feel you tensing. Relax, relax. You're safe with me. He recedes, but the droplets left behind still draw heat from your angry skin. A pleasant tingle lingers. What did he just put on us? Whatever you just did reminds me of aloe vera. Honey, no. It's possible you produce similar anti-inflammatory antioxidants or antibacterial compounds. Girl, turn off your science brain for a minute and just be horny. He just lubed you up. There, you sound more like yourself. You push yourself up from the floor, settling into a sitting position. For obvious reasons, I couldn't ask many questions this morning. But they came, didn't they? From the EPPA? Yes, they did. Did they speak to you? I'd rather they not. Oh. There's no proper custom with which I would ever greet them. Ooh. Well, you could have flipped them off. Truthfully, I was surprised they didn't restrain you. There was no need. As your Vera said, security measures are in place. such as the cameras they installed. I'm sorry, there are cameras in here? Yeah, like, run that back. What are you... Please, let's have a calm conversation about this. Where are they, the cameras? I can't recall exactly. Unlikely. You remember a great many things. Like, not you trying to lie to me. Like, damn. Even a plant man that I grew in a test tube will lie to me. Dudes ain't shit. Like, in any reality. Are you kidding me? You pay very close attention to everything around you. You remember. Tell me. They are small, wedged into the corners, but they don't turn on until the morning. You need to tell me this information beforehand. You rush to the nearest corner, your eyes strictly scanning every groove. Sure enough, between two panels, a minuscule lens peers back at you. I can't believe you didn't tell me about this from the beginning. You kept me in the dark on purpose? That much is evident, but clearly you misunderstand my intent. I have to go. You clutch your lab coat tight as you leave, the weight of the room clinging to your back as you retreat for the night. Are we gonna get in trouble? I'm gonna save here. Okay, so that was Telluricene. Days 1 through 5. That was intense. Science jargon aside, I did not expect to be that invested in our plant person. Because even when we were just doing the experiments, I felt bad. Essentially torturing this poor sentient thing. And then once it decided it wanted to take on a form and have a gender identity and could speak to us, it made it harder to do this. And then anytime we step out of line and try to treat it like it's a human, that's when Vera shocks us. Like, this whole experiment is so unethical. And I just want to take Ivy and run away. I also hope they let us name him, because I feel bad just calling it by its genus and species. Like, it should have a name. He should have a name, not it. I'm sorry. He definitely corrected me. He should have a name. And also the fact that he has such a strong attachment to us off rip is crazy. Like, the need to protect us, the way he got angry on our behalf when they shocked us and then soothed us with his like aloe vera cum or whatever it was. You know what, I should have said it like that, but whatever. Still, like, I want to get to know this man more. Like, and he remembers his past, which means they're sentient even when they're just like spores, which is crazy. Yeah, we're totally gonna play this again. I need to know what the hell is going on. But I hope y'all had fun with Telluricene. This one's interesting. It is available on Steam. Let me get the link for you guys. It is out and you can get it now. I want to say thanks to the devs for sending me a copy of the game to play with you guys on stream. It's only $11.99 on Steam. So very cheap, very much worth it, as you can see. But yeah, thank you guys so much for coming through. I'm gonna do the thing that does the thing with the thing. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for coming through. I hope you all had fun. I hope you all have a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, whatever time it is in your neck of the woods. And I will catch you all in the next stream. All right, y'all. Bye.